on and I'm just doing some dusting on this fine Sunday morning. Morning everybody, lovely to see you. Wasn't that a brilliant clip of the Lord's Prayer? And each week we're going to go through the Lord's Prayer. We're going to go through it line by line in order that it might help us pray. It might help us talk to God and just help us in our relationship with Him. Because Jesus, when He was teaching the Lord's Prayer, it was at a time when He needed to teach His disciples how to pray, because they were used to watching these religious leaders standing on street corners being a bit like this, giving it a big show in how to pray. And Jesus came along and He said, scrap that. Don't be like them. Don't make a show of it. When you pray, when you talk to God, go into a quiet room, to a quiet place, and spend time with your Heavenly Father. And when you pray, say, Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. And it goes on like that, doesn't it? And we're going to be looking at it line by line each week. But before we do that, I wanted to say to you, I'm loving this church online. It's so fun, isn't it? I think the thing that I love the most is I love getting to see inside your homes. It might be because I'm nosy, but it might be more because I'm missing you all. I'm missing you all so much. And I love that when we get videos in of you dancing, or clips in, or photos in of you involved in the game or doing a craft or whatever, I get to see your lovely faces and I get to see inside your homes, and it makes me feel connected to you. That's what it does. It makes me feel connected to you. So I thought this morning, while I was busy doing some dusting in Ivy's bedroom, I thought, why don't I give you a quick glimpse around my house? Let's find some photos, because we've got so many photos in our house. Let me find some photos that will tell you something about me, so you can feel more connected about me. So this photo in Ivy's room is one of my faves. It's a photo of Ivy and her cousin Sophie. And it's just so full of joy. They're having the best time. So we love this photo. So let's collect this one. And now let's go and find some more. Come on, let's go. Busy, wasn't it? Wow. So here we have some photos in my house that are just special to us as a family. So we've got photos of friends, we've got so many photos of our girls around the house, we've got great grandparents who aren't with us anymore and special to us, we've got photos of our wedding, we have got loads of photos around our house. But the one photo I really wanted us to look at this morning is this one. And this is a picture of me and my dad on my wedding day, which is now 8 years ago, coming up to 8 years ago, my wedding day. And my dad is my hero. I love my dad very much. I think he is brilliant. And, you know, he's still the person I phone when things go wrong. He's still the person I phone for advice. And I just love spending time with him. And other than my husband Ollie, he's probably my other favourite man in the whole world. And I've got loads of special memories of doing things with my dad growing up. We have a mutual love for the Mighty Reds, Liverpool Football Club, and we would often on a Saturday jump in our car and drive all the way up to Liverpool to watch the Reds play. And we'd always do the same thing, but it was always so special. So as soon as we got there, we'd go to the same fish and chip shop and we'd have pie, chips and gravy and mushy peas every time. We'd go and get a programme, we'd watch the team coaches arrive, and we would just have the best time. I have got special memories with my dad. I love him very much and he's brilliant. But the thing about my dad is he's just a bloke, which means he's just a human, which means he often gets it wrong. So as brilliant as he is, he sometimes gets cross. Or as brilliant as he is, he might say things he doesn't mean. Or as brilliant as he is, he might not be able to give me the time always that I'd like him to be able to give me. He's just a bloke. And all of us have different understandings of the word dad, don't we really? It might be that you know your dad really, really well and he's brilliant. You might not really know him at all. You might love spending time with your dad. You might not. You might live with your dad. You might not. It all looks different to all of us. But the thing about this line in the Lord's Prayer where Jesus says, Our Father, it's this word, our. We have this mutual connection. We have this mutual thing, and that is that we have the same heavenly Father. We have the same heavenly Dad. We have the same heavenly Father who is available, who is interested, who cares so deeply about us all. And it doesn't matter if we read our Bible loads or we don't. It doesn't matter if we believe or we don't. He actually loves us all the same. We all share in this one Father who never gets it wrong, who is perfect, who is utterly besotted by you and just loves to hear from you. So that's, I've got one more thing to say, but that's the main thing, is that it doesn't really matter too much about what our earthly dad is like, because our Father, Jesus is saying this mutual thing that we all share, is we have this heavenly Dad in heaven who is equally interested and available to us all. And just the second thing I want to say is when Jesus was teaching this to his disciples and his friends, and he said, our Father, it would have been totally nuts to his disciples. It would have been totally alien to them that he would even use this word Father, because in those days they didn't even use the word God. God was seen as this religious, distant being who you had to sort of come to in a certain way. And Jesus was saying, scrap that, everybody. God is our Father. And in the language Jesus spoke, Father meant Abba, which means Papa, or as I call my dad, Pops. It's the sort of most loving and intimate word you could have for a father. So Jesus, when he said our Father, he said, don't come to God as this sort of far away, religious, distant figure. Come to him as Dad, as this one Father, this one Pops, this one Papa we all share, who is totally available, totally interested, and totally besotted by you. So when you pray, let me encourage you to think of God like that we all share him, that he loves us completely, and that we can come to him as our Dad.